this is just a little black book thing I'm throwing together. It's a girl kind of taken over by a symbiote. That's a Batman Ghost Rider mashup. On the other side. Let's do a lower light source. So I need my W1 for the teeth. What's up, Daniel? Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, man. Hey, but if you want to jump in and draw with me, man, that would be a good time. Carnage and Deadpool, I just reached a point where I wanted to take a break from it, leave it alone for a night. I mean, I'll keep working on it, of course, but I'm going to leave it as is for a night. Because I just felt like switching. So what do you say, man? You want to jump in or what? I'm going to try and get someone else in here, too. Sonic Ninja, if you're watching, dude. There's a chance. Oh, I gotta give you a link. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Oh, damn, I'm sorry to hear that, Daniel. So, I'm gonna post a link real quick on my website if anyone does want to join. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry. Or people. All right, Daniel. The link's on my website, theartofjustinprime.com. Feel free to join. If you can, I'll put on my headset. Skin tone. How long will I be drawing? I don't know, man. I really don't plan. Probably for a while longer, honestly. Maybe in a couple hours. I don't know. Hey, Sonic Ninja, are you observing at all? Underboob. What's up, man?
Hey,
Give me a second. I'll put my headset on.
yeah, I gotta mute it, so hold on.
Alright, hang on. Oh, okay. Give me a second here. Just a few clicks. Oh. Hey, were you able to hear me okay the whole time?
Before
Yeah.
I joined?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the microphone that I was using was the headset, and it wasn't even on my head.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
All right, cool. Well, that's good.
So I haven't drawn all day. I got a couple things. So I'm probably just gonna ink.
Oh, okay. You've been drawing all day?
No, I haven't drawn all day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, setting up my store envy. It's
Oh,
taking
nice.
forever.
Right on. Let's see. Iron Ghost asks, "What's one of my most favorite drawings that I've done?" That's a really good question. Damn, I don't know. I don't know, Iron Ghost. I think one of my favorites is, and it's definitely the most popular one I have, is the Ninja Turtle Symbiote one, and I like it a lot. I'm just getting tired of selling it, but I like that one a lot. I'm really proud of that one.
Getting tired of selling it.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Something about it is getting kind of old, but I mean, I'm proud of it.
Nice. How many copies of it have you sold? Well, you don't have to say that.
I have no idea. I haven't counted. I have no idea. Cause
I
I print
ask
them.
inappropriate questions all the time. Sorry.
Oh, it wasn't inappropriate. I just haven't counted. I just don't know. I print from home, so it's not like I ordered, 50 of them and then sold them all.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you used Store Envy's like printable thing or whatever. If you just do it
No,
yourself.
I didn't even know they had one.
Yeah, I discovered that this morning. I was like, what? It's
So
basically like it's almost the same thing as Society 6.
really?
Yeah,
No shit. All right.
except you can set your own like price for every item, so you can make higher profit margins, but only by like $1.
No kidding. Well, all right.
Yeah, I spent like 2 hours calculating all the math today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had this notebook full of crap. But
Oh wow.
yeah.
Trying to figure out.
That's not even the only page. Yeah, for each item, to where I can still make $2 or $3.
Okay. Do you print from home, or where do you get your stuff from?
Well, I don't have any like materials to print currently,
Yeah.
so that's why I kind of wanted to go through something like Society of 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
But when I found out that Store Envy has like their own thing that's essentially the same thing, it's kind of convenient because I was already going to set up there to sell my original art.
Yeah.
So
Nice. What's up, Thomas? Thanks for coming back, dude. Glad you like it, Iron. That's easily my most popular one. I have that one, that Ninja Turtle symbiotes. I have that prominently displayed at conventions, and it grabs people's attention pretty easily, which is cool. So the one I was working on earlier, the Carnage, Carnage and Carpool, that one's actually kind of like a sequel to my Ninja Turtle symbiote one. And if you put them side by side, once it's done, they'll kind of be facing off against each other.
nice.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that'll have a big draw, just like the Turtle symbiotes.
Yeah, I was working my all the zombie X-Men I've done into one like big banner print today.
Nice.
But It's hard getting all the sizes and everything worked out. Plus, I had to put them all into Illustrator and clean up the lines and stuff first. So
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I feel like everything I do takes forever. You know.
Yeah, I do. I'm working on a big one with all the, not all, but a bunch of the Spider-Verse or Spider-Man, and that's been on hold for a while. But that's, I want to combine them all into one or two prints.
Is that the thing with that I saw on your Instagram a little while back?
Yeah, it's been a while, but I was posting each one. I've only gotten 12 of them ready, or you know,
How many are there?
there's a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I've only done 12. The flats, the basic flats for 12 of them.
So I'm trying to open YouTube at the same time so that I can view the comments.
Yeah, definitely. Am I doing any cons in the Midwest? I don't have any plans to. Honestly, I would like to, but the airfare or driving costs and hotel costs, it would just kill whatever I make. So probably not. Probably not going to happen anytime soon.
You say Midwest?
Yeah.
Yeah, Midwest is a hard one to get to because most of the stuff for comics is like East Coast, West Coast.
Oh yeah.
I stopped by Salt Lake City Comic Con or whatever,
Yeah.
but I was just like driving through. But it was cool to see like another con that I'd never been to before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I was only there for like 2 hours.
What?
I happened to be traveling on the weekend that it was happening.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty big one, isn't it?
It is. It was pretty big.
Nice.
I was surprised that I was able to even like get in. So they were selling tickets there at the time. So
Oh, like at
it
the
wasn't-
door.
yeah, it wasn't like sold out or anything. It was just like more.
Yeah, Iron Ghost. I haven't even started the Spider Women. But yeah, there's a lot.
Dude, what's with this stupid "what color is this dress" thing? That's all over the internet.
What do you mean?
You haven't seen that?
What color is this dress?
Yeah, it's this stupid thing. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, avoid it. Whatever.
Avoid. Well, now I gotta know.
Oh, it's like this optical illusion, supposedly because of the light on the dress. It makes
Okay.
it to where it changes colors depending on how adjusted your eyes are to the light in the room.
Okay.
So sometimes it looks white and gold, and sometimes it looks blue and black.
That sounds interesting.
So you could be looking at it like 1 second and it looks one way, and then the next it looks a different way.
That sounds cool. What's wrong with that?
It like blew up on the internet,
Oh,
hardcore.
okay.
Everybody knows about it. It was on the news this morning.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I just mentioned it because YouTube is suggesting a video about it.
Yeah.
Why?
What, like in your sidebar or something?
Well, my computer is not letting me get to YouTube enough to actually view the comments, so
Oh,
my internet's really bad here. I'm lucky I'm able to even stream.
oh, is that a zombie Stan Lee? Iron Ghost is asking.
Oh yeah, yeah
I
it
didn't look
is.
that closely. That's awesome, dude.
You drew it the first day when I was all whacked on painkillers
Yeah.
after my surgery.
Is that for anything, or is that gonna be up on Story Envy?
No, it's just for fun.
Right on. Looks great.
Thanks.
Are you using the brush pen to ink it?
Yeah, I pretty much use the brush pen for all my inking anymore. I didn't used to. I used to use microns and stuff, and I had all these Copic SPs.
Why'd you
But I
switch?
only really used like two sizes. I used like .3 and .8.
Yeah,
and I really just switched because it gives me the variation in line weight without having to spend time going back over anything.
yeah,
So it just seemed to work better for me for whatever
gotcha.
reason.
Yeah. Do you how fast do you work with a brush pen?
Like right now, I'm not warmed up. It's not very fast, but generally not very slow. I can go pretty fast when I need to,
Oh, okay.
just because. Uh, but yeah, I was like watching your videos with Jason earlier,
Oh yeah,
and he definitely works a lot faster than me.
Jason does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, but I mean, I could try and move faster.
Oh
Like
no,
this
whatever.
one, this one I'm not really worried about it. So.
No, I was just curious
Mm.
because when I use a brush pen, I usually work. Um, I feel the need to go fast for some reason. Like usually I'll use a brush pen for motion or for something moving like the symbiote,
Yeah.
And so I'll do fast brush strokes. But I was wondering if going slower would get a better result, or how you do that.
I mean, it's about the lines you want.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, if you're going for motion, you use the motion.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely get better lines, like cleaner lines, if you're going faster.
Really?
So, or at least I think so.
Oh, okay.
Uh, when I go slow, you can like see like the jaggedness if my hand
Oh,
jitters at
okay.
all or anything like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have no idea what happened to my previous live stream.
Yeah, you don't know what went wrong, or
Say it again?
you don't know what went wrong. It
No,
just
I have no.
stopped.
And I went to the YouTube channel to see what was going on, and I had the same problem, which it just stopped. And then when I refreshed it, it was like way far behind.
It was like that spot where you're about to start coloring the spike. That's where it
Yeah,
was for
yeah, yeah.
me, like over and over again.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened.
I think the reason I actually switched to the brush pen above everything else is hair. I hate inking hair with like a micron or anything like that.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. It
Like
definitely
it's
brings a lot more life when you can use a brush pen, huh?
yeah, just for hair specifically. And then like when I first used it, I really hated it. I don't want to say I hated it, but I did. Like I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way that it worked. But after like my fourth or fifth time using it, I couldn't go back. So
Yeah, I don't blame you.
especially because I do horror and stuff like that, you just get more of a texture.
Yeah, you really do.
Trying to.
Is that something you're gonna color?
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might actually color this one because I don't have any other plans for it, so I could potentially do that.
All right. So where did you see the store envy? Because I use that too.
Where did I see what?
Store envy. Where'd you get the idea to go to store envy?
Oh, honestly, you. I mean, I have a couple other people I know who have them, but no one who's been very successful at it. So
Oh, okay.
seeing that you actually get sales on there and everything, it's kind of encouraging. So
Yeah, it's not too often, but a couple times a week probably.
well, a couple times a week is better than zero. So that's where I'm at right now.
I agree.
Not selling work at all is different than selling work. I mean, I'm a professional artist and I don't feel like a professional half the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I can get sales mostly through Instagram, honestly.
That's cool.
If I put up an original, it usually sells pretty quickly. And I just have people use PayPal and not even go through Store Envy.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, you said you download your videos and then like add titles and stuff to them later, right?
Yeah,
Um, I was having trouble downloading more than like 40 minutes for
yeah,
videos.
yep.
Do you have any solutions or anything for that?
Just keep trying it until you get it right, or until you're.
Really?
Yeah, that happened the first time I tried doing it. It was like an hour and a half video, and I downloaded it 3 different times, and on the third time, it finally got the whole video.
Yeah, I have not been successful once. I tried downloading all of them. I spent like a whole day downloading my videos in
Damn.
between doing watercolor yesterday, and then I realized that all of them were only like chunks of the videos,
Yeah.
so that was fun. And I spent like another hour on it today, and I was just like, "Oh, this is a load of crap."
You're not alone.
That makes me feel a little bit better, at least.
Yeah, it's not just you. Thomas wants to know who I'm drawing with, so you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Daniel Whitfield. Um, I do a comic book called The Plagued. It's a zombie comic. Um, I'm just drawing zombie Stan Lee right now. Uh, I don't know what to say about myself, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I ended up following Justin on Instagram because he's awesome, and
Oh,
then
thanks.
joined his other stream the other night.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say about myself either, honestly.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have to. I think people, well, they already know me when they tune in, you know.
Well, I mean, it's your channel.
Yeah, exactly. Makes it easy. So, what can you tell us about? You said it's called the plague.
Yeah, it's called The Plagued.
Plagued. Okay.
Yeah, it essentially is like it follows the zombies instead of like humans. And it kind of follows humans. Like it has a human narrative over top of it, but it is basically the visual sequence of spread of infection from one zombie to the next.
Oh wow.
So it's like the first issue, which I can summarize pretty easily, is just like a zombie waking up in someone's front yard, and then it goes and the story ends when it infects somebody else, and then that's the end of that issue. So it's sort of like an anthology in its own right, because every issue is a different story, but it's also like in different parts. It's like the first two issues are connected, like the characters that turn into zombies
Yeah,
are connected, and then the second two issues will kind of be the same thing.
that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a different take on it. I don't know.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I came up with this wonderful backstory for how the zombies would have became into existence and everything else, and I made this comic that has nothing to do with zombie backstory. Those ideas have never come into fruition in any way.
Do you think they might though at some point?
I hope so, but I also hope that one day, like, I won't be the one having to draw that specific comic, and I can move on to something else. So
What
the
do you
only
mean?
reason it wouldn't is because I want to move on. So
Iron Ghost wants to know what your Instagram is.
Life of a Whitfield. Um, pretty easy, life of, and then Whitfield is Whitfield.
It's Life of a Whitfield, right? All one word.
Yeah, all one word. And if you can't find it, you can search the hashtag Zombie Avengers. Like the first thing that'll come up. So.
Wait, so what do you mean? You said you wanted someone else to draw it,
Well, because
or that part?
that part, just because I tend to have a problem with drawing dialogue scenes, and
Oh,
so as
gotcha.
far as getting to the actual plot of what a zombie story would be, I'd need to get better. But at the same time, uh, it could be a lot better of experience to learn. But I think
Yeah.
more of just I've been working on that comic specifically for like 4 years, so I'd like to test myself in other waters, you know.
Yeah.
But
4 years, huh?
yeah, it's been a long time. I was there was a year where I didn't work on it, so that did
Yeah.
a lot of good.
How many issues have you gotten out?
Uh, Two. I have two out,
Oh,
and
okay.
then I did a third that was I did all the pencils at like a 24-hour event, and then I passed that off to an inker, but that has been about 2 years. He had some life events and
Oh, okay.
stuff that kind of led to him not getting it done. But he's just finishing it up this year. So actually, this year I'll have more things coming out than before, which is kind of nice.
Nice. Why aren't you doing the inking yourself?
Just for that, I passed it off because this is gonna sound stupid, but he wanted to go to Comic Con and WonderCon for free, and I was like, "You're also an artist. Ink this, and you can apply to be a professional."
Uh,
And even though that's kind of like a scam, not really, because if he did it, it would have been a
right,
thing.
right. No, I gotcha. It just seems
So,
like inking is something you're good at, though.
I can be. I've gotten a lot better. I'll tell
Well,
you what, just inking like the third issue of The Plagued made a huge difference. 'Cause I did that with a brush.
oh wow.
But I've only been using the brush pen since October, so
Oh, okay. Well, it seems like you're good at it. I'm surprised that you'd have someone else do it for you.
yeah.
Huh. All right.
Well, just with that one, I wanted to
Oh,
try out collaboration like a little bit more. Release. I didn't have time to work on it. Was also another factor at the time.
gotcha. That makes sense.
I also didn't like it because I wrote the whole thing in like 24 hours.
Wrote the whole thing?
Well, the way that 24-hour comic book day works
Oh
is
yeah.
you go in and like you're not supposed to have any preconceived notions of the storyline or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
and basically just work out and pencil, if not complete, a 24-page comic in that period of time.
Wow.
I went in and like had cheated and had like this preconceived idea of what I was gonna do, and
Mm-hmm.
then I got like flipped a bunch of shit for it, and so I came up with this other idea like on the fly and did it, and that was what ended up happening that day. So,
There you go.
um, so I did it correctly, but then I ended up hating it because it was like I just made it up like literally as each page was happening.
I think that's the best ideas come kind of on the fly when you're really being creative.
Definitely, I feel like I did some really great things in that
Yeah.
I hadn't accomplished before.
Yeah.
Just some things with like the way that I laid out panels and stuff. But then you have, of course, some pages that are just not as good because I was rushing through them.
Sure.
So, but that was the other reason I wanted to pass it off to someone else to ink it, is because I knew with something like that, I would take it home and it wouldn't be a 24-hour project anymore because I would end up refining all the pencils and
Oh, okay.
changing all the storyline,
Okay.
doing the
Yeah.
whole thing. So,
Yeah.
but it was cool to see what he did with it. He scanned like 15 of the 24 pages just last month, and I got to see
Wow.
like what work he had done and everything, and tell him what else I like thought needed to be done with it. So,
Did he change anything significant?
well, I don't know because I don't remember what it looked like because it's so long ago now. But and like I said, I was like upset when I drew it, so it like I just totally forgot about it. I literally forgot about it for a year.
Wow.
And then he was like, "Oh, I'm still working on this." I was like, "You still have that? What?"
Uh,
I totally
uh,
forgot I even drew that comic.
Iron Ghost says he loves the watercolor Batman.
Oh, that's like one of my most popular things this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that actually.
Nice.
I didn't like the sketch when I did it. I drew it from a Tim Sale, like one panel out of a Long Halloween or something.
Yeah.
And I just like the composition of the panel or whatever. But he's like jumping in the window and covering his mouth like old
Oh,
school
okay.
Batman. He's like, "Roar." You know. I thought it was really cool, and so I kind of did my own interpretation on it. But usually I don't like, like almost exactly copy someone else's composition or anything. But
Yeah.
for Batman, I was like, okay, that's the Batman like I kind of grew up with and knew.
Totally. Totally. Yeah.
So,
Makes sense. And that's all right.
but I was excited about that. That was like my first time. That piece was my first watercolor piece of, and I think like 2 years or something.
Wow.
So I used to do watercolor a lot, but I haven't been able to recently.
Why not?
Just no time.
Yeah.
I think I was talking to you about it before. I used to work at Target, and I worked like the 4 a.m. shift,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a soul-sucking job. And I think that was just like a part of it because I was doing that, and I was going to school full time, and I was like working at an art gallery part time,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
I moved, and it was like a whole fiasco. So all those things kind of together prevented me from doing a lot of stuff.
That'll do it.
It will. Life events.
Yeah, unfortunately. So how do you find time to work on your comic and do other things like original art and whatnot? How do you juggle that?
That's definitely a challenge. I usually sacrifice one for the other, unless I have time like I have recently.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed out. I've been out of work for a while, going back to work on Tuesday, so
Nice, dude.
we'll see how that goes. Then I gotta start the juggling act for real again.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Yeah, because I've had enough time where I could work on both recently. So
I keep wanting
uh,
to start my story, but I keep prioritizing other things.
but you're doing a good job. You're building up a pretty big following. Like I was looking
Yeah.
through, not to say that I was stalking you or anything, but I was scrolling through your posts,
Thanks.
and I saw like you had like 2,000 followers, and then like 3 weeks later you had like 3,000,
Yeah, there was a
and
big jump
you're
that yeah,
commenting on it.
in that time period. There was a really big jump.
Were you doing anything special at that time, or just a lot of sketches, or?
I think it was the majority of it. There was a couple of really big profiles that reblogged or reposted something of mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and so I got a bunch of new followers from these big accounts, posting some of my artwork and tagging my name and stuff.
That's really
And
cool.
there was like a lot of that going on in that between 2,000 and 3,000 followers, and that was probably the biggest impact.
Yeah, I didn't really even. I wasn't trying to build a following until just around Comic Con last year.
You know what?
So
I wouldn't. I don't know if you're not asking for advice, but if I may, um,
yeah, sure.
don't worry about building a following, because at first that's what I was doing, was I wanted to get followers, and it wasn't really paying off. Like I would draw what I thought people wanted to see, and I would try and draw like random Instagram people and tag their name in it, and that was when I first started drawing again. But my goal was I want people to follow me, and then
Yeah.
once I let go of that and just drew what I wanted to draw, people naturally just kind of found what I was doing interesting, and so started following me.
Well, that's what I like about mine. I get way more followers when I draw zombies. So
Yeah.
I'm always like, when I'm not drawing zombies, I'm kind of happy that my followers aren't always just like picking on me, like, where are you gonna do the next one? I appreciate that no one really does that because I sometimes expect it when I haven't drawn one. And I'm like, there was a period where I didn't draw any zombies for like 2 months,
Oh yeah.
and they're definitely what I'm known for, you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, or at least it seems that way.
Well, that's what
For
happens though.
me.
Like you do what you do, and people will come to you.
Yeah. I've been trying not to pander, though,
Yeah.
like you were saying,
Exactly.
because yeah. But I do want to kind of get my followers a little more involved. I was thinking of doing like a like I don't know, doing something where if people were gonna like post an image of my work or something on their page and do like some kind of raffle or something where I give away a free piece or something. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't been able to figure out how that would work logistically in my brain, so
Yeah. I've never done one of
I
those.
haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
I just feel like I would end up picking favorites and choosing someone not at such random. So now that I say that out loud, now I just can't do it.
Probably shouldn't do it
So
then. Yeah. Let that one go. Huh?
I'll find something else. I like your lunchtime request thing. I'm
Thanks.
already stealing your store envy idea and trolling your feed for artists that join you in conversation. So
Do what you gotta do, man.
yeah, I'm gonna find my own stuff. It's cool.
Yeah. The lunchtime request that's been a lot of fun.
It looks like it's a lot of fun, actually. So
Overall, absolutely. And I like what I'm doing now, where it's people are, whoever I pick gets to pick the next theme for the next day.
yeah,
I don't know if you noticed that, but I like that. It gets people more involved, I think, and I like that.
yeah, definitely one of my favorite things to do when I'm looking at other artists' pages, see what's working for them and kind of like how they've gone about doing it. It seems like you've kind of got that figured out. Is that something you started with doing that, or it kind of
No,
evolved into you letting them choose?
the lunchtime request.
Yeah,
That was something I started doing before my first convention last year, and I was worried about my speed, so I gave myself this assignment, or not assignment, but I came up with lunchtime requests, basically asking for requests, and I gave myself half an hour to finish it, whatever it was. And then the idea was just to prepare for the convention to up my speed and draw busts faster. And I just liked doing it. But then I realized, like, people are digging it, and it's really helping me out. And so rather than stop it, it changed into same thing. We'll do a lunchtime request, but now instead of a bust, it'll be a full body. So give me a character and tell me what they're doing. And then the
Right.
point of that was to help me draw poses quickly.
But it also gets your followers involved. I
Yeah,
think that,
it does. I mean, it benefits. Hopefully, it benefits people and they enjoy it. But it also, for me, there is a direct benefit in being able to practice and get new challenges and stuff.
yeah, I could see that.
Oh yeah. And so at this point, I still enjoy it, and it seems like people are still enjoying it, and I get lots of new challenges every day. So it works for me. It just kind of evolved, I think.
Yeah, one of these times when I join you and you just like are doing one of these streams, I'd like to jump in and draw the same thing as you,
Oh, definitely.
because you know I don't really get out of my comfort zone on stuff like that a lot.
Well,
So
I'm sorry. Say it
I
again.
kind of work on the things I'm working. I just like I have like a
Oh,
comfort
okay.
zone and I get stuck in it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So
Absolutely.
having like jump into something where I have to draw something someone else chose makes a difference.
Definitely, man. That was definitely a big perk from the lunchtime request. Is it forced me to get out of my comfort zone. So I feel pretty confident in tackling most things. Zombies were something I was pretty intimidated by, but I feel like I can do at least zombie busts pretty well.
Well, they're not that hard. Come on.
I was worried about the showing flesh rotting and shit. Um, that was, but I feel like I tackled it and showing the bones underneath or the teeth. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, I got a lot better when I started practicing anatomy a lot more, actually.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely. Thomas says at 300 followers, I am giving away a free custom shirt. What kind of a custom shirt, Thomas? Do you draw or do you print them out or what is it?
How many followers does he have now?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, well, he probably heard you ask.
I should have just asked him. Sorry. I don't know why I
That's all right.
asked you.
Well, I've been acting as a middleman from them to you.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't seem to get the chat to open up. Here, I'll try it again. Stay
Okay.
silent for a second. Me, not you.
Oh, he's a screen printer. Cool.
There we go.
It's working.
So, is that Gwen Stacy? Who is that being
Oh,
taken over by the symbiote?
just a girl, just some random girl.
Okay, that's just wondering.
Yeah, no one in particular. I saw this cosplay. This girl does cosplay on Instagram, and I was looking at her feed, and she's doing a she Venom, and
Nice.
she has this really cool mask that is basically basically what I drew right here. It was very much inspired by her. So she has the teeth coming down on top of her forehead, and so I've kind of added my own or added to it, but definitely it was inspired by this cosplay artist.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, Iron Ghost, you've been following me for a while, man. When he first started following me, I was doing the armless Spider-Man bust. That sounds familiar. I think I did that with like a Bic pen at work or something like that. I don't know if you remember Iron, but tell me if you remember, dude. That was definitely a while ago, wasn't it? But thanks, man. I'm glad you can see progress in what I do. It means a lot.
I have no idea when I even started following you.
Oh no.
No. It was, I think, during your Spider-Verse or
Oh okay.
before that, just a little bit.
It's been a few months now.
So how long have you been doing YouTube videos?
Probably a few years, but with huge gaps in between. I was recording, um, like I would do custom shoes and shirts, like I would draw on them, and then I started painting custom shoes. I only did a couple of those though, but I would record that, edit it, and then upload it.
Oh, that's like a totally different thing.
Yeah, it was, and it was fun, but drawing is really where I needed to be.
So you said you did your first con like a year ago?
Yeah, I think it was August, Stockton Con,
So
and
what were you doing before that? Just kind of drawing?
um, yeah, yeah,
Nice.
pretty much. I was doing prints and drawing and Instagram stuff, but yeah, that was it. All right, I'm gonna go a little bit thicker on my inking here. What? Thomas, you put GNJP. What does that mean? Oh, good night. Good night, dude. Thanks for watching. I figured it out, man.
That's what that means?
I,
Oh,
I'm
good night,
assuming.
Justin's Prime.
There you
Okay.
go.
I took my brain a second.
We got there. We got it.
Yeah, I can see it now. I finally got the feed up.
Nice.
Super delayed, but oh well.
Okay. That's what I'm missing.
Do you ever get like random stains on your artwork and you don't know what they are?
Stains?
Yeah, I feel like there's some weird shit on here and I don't know what it is. It's
Uh,
so
every
fun.
now, every now and then, yeah. Actually, I can usually figure out what it is, though.
So that's the thing is this wasn't here when I started drawing and there's nothing. I cleaned my desk unless it was like on my brush pen when I picked it
Yeah.
up. I don't know what the hell it is.
Maybe on your palm or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Maybe it's like leftover watercolors or something.
Oh
Can only
yeah.
hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
I've
someone wants
had.
to buy this later, don't think about it.
Well, now it's got a story to it. That's all. I've definitely had some mystery marks and stuff. Yeah.
So I was like hanging out the other night, and I realized that I like direct messaged you a whole conversation without realizing it.
Yeah, I got it.
And I did that. Yeah. No, but I wasn't all there for that conversation. So
No
whatever I was
worries.
talking about. Sorry.
Where were you?
That was like I was in a lot of pain. So I took a bunch of the painkillers that I was given,
Oh, okay.
and I was in another world of existence. I somehow got reblogged by the Red Sonja official during that period of time. That
Yeah.
ended up having like a conversation with the person that runs it,
Nice.
which is funny to me because I would have never had the guts to just like message someone normally.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey.
What do they say?
They were actually really nice, and they were like complimenting my work because
Nice.
they made their post or whatever about featuring artists and their Red Sonja art or whatever, and I was like, well, I did a submission for the contest or all of that, and
Cool.
they were like, well, it's only for new stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, and I think I like just sounded really sad and puppy doggish, which I can come across that way because I have very little confidence in the
Really?
real world.
Why's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to people for a good chunk of my life.
You didn't talk to people.
Highly antisocial.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So
Nothing wrong with that, dude.
I hope not.
I was too.
I've met some people that was definitely something wrong, but
They said
uh,
something was wrong.
no, like there was something wrong with them, and they were almost just as antisocially. So, but there was something off with them. But I feel like I function okay in the real world.
Yeah, you're
But
alright. You're doing alright. I was talking to my wife tonight about how antisocial I was growing up. And I was thinking about how I never liked going to like parties or dances.
I
It
hated
was,
dances.
oh,
It
I
was the
fucking
worst
hated
thing ever.
it. Fucking hated it. But even I was even thinking about like kids' birthday parties. I never liked them. When I was a kid.
I just didn't like the other kids. I don't know. I probably would have enjoyed the party, but I hated people. Other people were just dicks to me growing up.
Oh well, that's different, I guess. Sounds like
Yeah.
you had a reason to be antisocial.
Yeah, I grew up in the woods with no friends.
Oh well,
So
there you go. Yeah,
I didn't like country music, and that kind of sets you apart.
yeah, total freak.
Here.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong? I remember I went to a party in high school, and it was the first real party that I'd ever been to, and I was all excited. And then I got really depressed really fast because they were like, "So what are we listening to tonight?" And I'm like there early to help my friend set up because it's his party. And they're like, "What are we listening to?" And he's like, "Well, I got this." And he pulls out this big old thing, and I was like, "Whoa, what a music collection!" And it turned out to be like the entire discography of Garth Brooks. And for the rest of the night, I just wanted to die. It was like the worst thing,
Yeah.
one of the worst high school experiences I had. And I had some bad ones, but that one was like,
Wow.
what a disappointment. I'm like sitting there listening to emo and rock, and it was like 2007, a bunch of crap.
Yep. Sorry, man. I think I always just felt out of place in crowds, and I still kind of do.
Yeah, I definitely feel out of place when I go to conventions,
Mm.
even though it just feels weird to be like on the other side of the table kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
But even then, like when I'm just like walking around, like if I see famous people, I like don't know how to deal with reality sometimes.
They're just people.
I know, but that's like, you know, I don't. Do you know the Nerdist podcast?
No, no.
No.
Kevin says he's antisocial too. I think.
Well, I won't go into that story.
Is that what you're? Okay.
It's just the like I was walking around WonderCon and I ran into like two of the three main people, Jonah Ray and Matt Myra, and then they were with Kumail Nanjiani and his wife, and they were like all hanging out on the floor, like walking around.
Yeah,
And like I had to stop. You like have to stop and talk when you like run into like six of your heroes or whatever.
sure.
You know, it's like, and they're all comedians, so they all decided to make fun of me. You know,
Oh, what the
but
fuck?
in the nicest way possible.
Make fun of what?
Just how like nervous we were
Oh man.
going up and talking to them. So
Well, at least you got the experience, I guess.
yeah, no, it was really great. They weren't like dicks or anything, but
Oh, okay.
they were cool about it. But
Just
yeah,
like,
I was like just couldn't deal with it mentally.
yeah. Just
And it was kind of the same thing when I went and met Mike Mignola the first time I got my stuff signed from him.
oh, that's cool.
It wasn't until like the second time I went like the next year and got another book signed from him that I was able to even like really comprehend like, okay, he's just a dude
Wow.
who makes art. Just ask
Right.
him about
Yeah.
his process. Like, why is it a big deal?
It sounds like you got some pretty severe social anxiety there or something.
Yeah, well, it happens.
It
I don't
does.
know. Sometimes I get like way too ballsy and just like jump in.
I think I've always just been disinterested in social stuff.
Like, I want people to enjoy my art. I think that's
Yeah.
like the furthest it goes, you know,
Hmm.
anymore.
It's at conventions I do all right. It's pretty neat talking to people. So I'm good with that. And actually, I really appreciate meeting people that come out and want to meet me or talk to me or whatever.
Yeah, that's always cool. I like meeting
Yeah.
like new people. I especially like I had this new experience where I had a fan this year actually go well, not this year, but at last year's WonderCon
Hmm.
approached me and like asked me when my next book was coming out, and
Oh, cool.
I honestly think if it wasn't for that, that the Plague issue 3 wouldn't even be where it is right now, because
Wow.
I think just knowing that at least one person was like, dude, where's it at?
Definitely.
It changed everything mentally for me because I'd been so just down about it.
I can see that. Yeah. It's pretty damn encouraging when people say nice things or are curious about projects or whatever.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I made it like a point to have something new out this year, and then of course, my publisher wasn't able to secure the booth at WonderCon, but I really don't think that's like any fault of ours.
Hmm.
The cons get bigger every year, so
Yep. 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 Yep.
it's hard to it's hard to work that. But it is kind of it's like we were going for 3 years in a row. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Don't you get early warnings?
we do, and they like I don't know what happened. So
Uh,
I'm obviously not the person in charge of it, but
why don't you do your own bookings?
well, like I haven't had enough prints or anything to do Artist Alley before,
Okay.
so I have some other artist friends that are kind of interested in like doing that, but really with that to really turn a profit, you at least for WonderCon anyway, you kind of need to like split an Artist Alley space. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like split a table.
I'm hoping I don't have to because I paid for. Oh, it's not WonderCon. I'm doing Wizard World. Or not? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is
I mean,
WonderCon?
I don't know. I think it's like $300 or something.
Oh, okay. I'm doing. Yeah, I have three Wizard Worlds. They were each $300 or more, and
Yeah.
I'm doing it myself, so I should be able to get the money back.
You should be able to. I wouldn't imagine not being able to. Yeah, I have two friends, and they split like an Artist Alley space usually. They just say it works out better for them that way because then they cut like all their costs. But
Yeah, I
then
guess.
you also have less space to sell your work.
Yeah, man, space is a fucking premium.
It's like the struggle between that.
Yeah.
I think I was done inking this like 10 minutes ago. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I use up all my space at the table. Kevin says someone once complimented my T-shirt, and I, I
I responded, "Happy birthday!" For 16 freaking reasons.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I appreciate you sharing that story. That's funny, man.
That's great.
I hope it was
That's
intended to
a
be funny.
great story. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Kevin.
I forgot to erase my pencils. Shit.
Oh man. I think this is looking pretty cool. I'm liking this. I probably should have made this like Gwen Stacy or something, but still cool. Oh well.
You probably should have made it what?
I should have made it like an actual character like Gwen Stacy or Mary Jane or something.
Oh, here's what's awesome. Some blonde girl will buy it and it'll be like, "That's me."
No, she won't because it's in a black book.
Oh yeah.
So unless someone's willing to pay for the whole black book, it ain't gonna happen.
Oh Jesus.
And I do plan on selling the whole thing. I have like one page left. Yeah, that's it. One page.
Really?
And that's it.
Is it like a moleskin or what do you buy for that?
It's called Render. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
They're awesome. It's I don't know how many pages, but it's the paper does not bleed at all.
What?
So like all the marker on this side, if you flip over to the other side, whoop, it doesn't show through at all. And
That's
vice
super
versa.
cool.
Yeah, it's great. It does not
How
take,
many pages are in them?
I want to say like 48 pages and 96 sheets probably.
So not too many, but
Not too
enough.
many. It took a little while to fill up, but I did it. Or almost did it.
Nice.
It doesn't take colored pencil very well, unfortunately. And that's what I need to add right now. I'm going to add some highlights too.
I haven't done one of these zombies with marker in a while. A bit rusty.
What are you using there?
I just use a Prisma color. This is the Celadon green. I actually don't pronounce that word, but that's how I call it. I pronounce it like a dinosaur name. Celadon.
Oh, so you are coloring it then?
Yeah, I figured I might as well. I mean,
Nice.
you're still working, right?
Yeah.
I'll keep going.
Doing my final touches here.
Yeah, I gotta get back into markers soon. My process for working on the Plagued is I do the pencils, well, I do thumbnails, and then I do pencils, and then inks, and then after I do inks, I do marker over just the characters, and then I
Really?
pass it on to be watercolored. So,
Oh, wow.
and my girlfriend, we've been together for about 4.5 years. She does the watercolors and the covers. So
Wow, dude. That's awesome.
it's cool. I like collaborating with her because it gives us something where we can. It's like mutual success, you know.
Yeah. Something else to argue about too. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. Fuck yeah, indeed.
But out of love though.
Oh yeah, of course. You know,
Yeah, I got it.
just like because like I'm done with my part right now, so
Right on.
she's like in her last semester of her master's degree,
Oh, wow.
and she's like, I feel bad I can't work on it because our issue is not coming out. I was like, fuck that shit, graduate.
Yeah, right. It's good to have the
Then
fallback.
why are you worrying about comic books? You're like a semester away from getting your master's degree.
What's she majoring in?
Healthcare administration, actually.
Nice.
So she went
That'll pay well.
secure,
Yeah. Yeah.
but because she wants to be an artist, and going secure for your day job is the way to go, seems like.
Yeah, I went secure as well, but I wish I hadn't. I wish I had focused on this.
You can feel like it put you behind, but honestly, I didn't go secure, and I'm probably around the same spot as you in
Mm.
art life. So
Yeah, but think of how much further I could have been if I just focused on art.
I don't like to think about that because I wrote a book last year, and that was a massive waste of time. Let me tell you. When I think of what I could have done art-wise with a year,
Right.
holy crap!
Right.
Like what was I even thinking when I did that?
Yep.
And I posted it all online, so it's not like anybody warned me or anything. It's like, what are you doing? Stop it!
Well, no one's gonna say that, right?
I wish they would. It's like when people have girlfriends that they definitely shouldn't in high school,
Yes.
and dude, you gotta break up with that girl, but you don't ever say to their
Yes.
face, and then
Right.
after you break up with them,
Yeah.
those people are always like, "Oh, no, it's felt like you should have never been dating them." Like, why didn't you fucking tell me?
But would you have listened to them?
I don't know. That's always the debatable question, right? Would you
Absolutely.
listen to them? But they probably should have told you anyway.
Would you tell someone, "Hey, you're wasting your time writing that book"?
If I would have told myself that had I realized it, maybe. I like to think so. Let's put it that way.
All right. Let's look at the comments here. Kevin's never gonna say happy birthday again. That's good, man. And Iron says this is definitely better than arting with JP, but that's what this is. What do you mean, dude? This is just more, I guess, live arting with JP. Is that what you mean, Iron Ghost?
Yeah, what does that mean? It's like an insult.
Do you have your YouTube the audio on? I feel like I can hear myself.
Wait, what?
Do you have the YouTube audio on?
I have it muted, but I do hear like a slight echo.
Is that me? I don't have mine on, do I?
I don't know where it's coming from.
No, mine's on mute.
Mine's on mute too.
Oh well. Mystery.
Yeah, because I have headphones plugged in, so shouldn't be any
Yeah,
sound.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's funny. I've been asked before because I'm doing the marker right now, right? And I'm just kind of doing gray around wherever. But I've been asked like, how do I like choose where to put my marks? And I have no idea. Like I just, this spot needs one.
Yep. Do you ever go based just on lighting or anything?
I couldn't.
Or what kind
of
marks are you talking about here?
Like I'm just doing like the skin right now. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So just like the accent marks.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I choose like, okay, I'm gonna put the lighting's coming from this way, so I'll put all of my shadows to the right side of something or all this shit. But generally, I'm just like, oh, this will look good. Let's put it here. I don't know. I try not to think about it because I also have to make like all the rotting flesh marks and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
So, with zombies, I think about it less, and I think about the gore aspect of it more.
Okay.
Like how do I get the contours? But I don't know. I don't do, or at least I haven't done like you do with the colored pencil, where you add the highlights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting. I've never really thought about doing that. So.
Yeah, so a friend of mine is an excellent colorist. He taught me this, and I had been doing it with white for like shininess, and for some reason I never thought to just do it with color, to add color highlights. But this really changed the way I color.
I bet, man. But I feel like it's got to be great, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it helps out. I think it helps out a lot. It's much more dynamic. It's actually
So
what
I
I'm
don't
not
have
doing now.
a big track record with drawing superheroes or anything, so I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I grew up in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I'm here right now, where I grew up, but in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
So there's no comic book store here.
Really?
There isn't. Yeah, I went. Fun story. When I first came back out here, I heard that there was a comic book store in Coeur d'Alene, which is like the nearest city,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about 35 miles.
Yeah.
So one day I like plan this trip and I go out there, and the comic book store was closed. It closed down like 6 months before I went to go check it out.
Oh, wow.
But it was like still listed online, and I was like, "What? Change that, please."
Yeah. Wow, dude.
So I did the Celadon green, and now I got putty, which is just another color.
Oh, okay.
And this is my what I kind of use for skin tone and hair. Um,
Yeah,
Stan, Stanley's hair is like gray though, right?
I believe so.
I'm not I'm not like wrong in thinking that. I don't have
I
a picture of him or anything, so
I believe it's gray. Yeah.
I just kind of add like a couple little touches with this to give some warmth back to the skin and
Yeah.
give like a second tone. Actually use it to kind of make even like darker marks inside of the shadows that I already made. I mean, most of the time.
Yeah. Last time I drew a zombie, that's what I tried to do was add some sort of warm tone to it.
Yeah. But my zombies are very stylized with the color choices. I developed the color choices very early on, and then just kind of kept going with it, I guess.
I don't
These
know.
are all the colors I used for the plagues, so it's kind of just consistent throughout.
You ever thought about just doing it black and white so it gets out faster?
I actually do want to do, well, like when I was talking about delving into like the further storyline or whatever, I do
Mm-hmm.
want that to just be black and white because I can put it out about twice as fast, like
Yeah.
literally twice as
It
fast.
sounds like you have a lot of steps involved in creating
I,
yours, but black and
I
white makes
do
sense.
definitely
Yeah.
black and white, and I want to get a lot better at doing ink washes.
What is that?
And I just like wash with ink. I don't know. I like doing watercolor and stuff like that, but just ink washes with just like different scales of black. Just like
Oh, okay.
if you can get real fast at it and real good
Yeah.
at it. I don't know.
I'm thinking this one's pretty much done. I'm pretty happy with this.
All looks really good with all the yellow there,
Thanks, dude.
or like the gold.
There's like
Kind of coming up.
three different oranges kind of all mixed together.
So did you just randomly start on that one, or did you plan to kind of go onto that one after you finished or one to take a break with the
I
other
had
one?
I started this one earlier in the day and didn't get a chance to finish it, so I just wanted to finish it.
This marker is like almost dead. It's not working out. So what do you think, since that one's done, what are you going to go on to next?
I don't know. I'm gonna light the under part of her boobs first. Gotta do that. Yeah, that helps. How's yours coming along?
It's coming along good. Just working on. I switched to a 4% gray. I have all evens, like you were talking about. It's not really useful to have the in
Yeah,
betweens. You either get like the odds or the evens.
yeah.
I totally 100% agree with that. I have all even. I have. What is happening? Sorry, my headphones are getting caught. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. Um, yeah, so I have all like 20, 40, 60, 80% gray. In I prefer to use cool gray, but then again, I like to do zombies. But I have a couple of warm grays, and then you mentioned French gray, and I actually have that too for a 40 and a 60.
Yeah, the French grays are really, really useful. I used that on zombie skin last time I drew one. Like I wanted it to have a warm texture, but the greenish French gray really I thought was a good idea for zombies as well.
It's fine that you say that because that's what I initially bought it for, was to get
Uh,
like another a warmer color in there.
yeah,
Then I realized because that was the what I was originally using for gray was the French grays for that reason.
yeah,
And then I discovered I had like too many, and it was kind of getting like muddy a little bit. So I switched over to all cool tones, and then just the red is my only warm.
yeah.
So it pops a lot more. So speaking of which, I'm about to get started on red, I think, in just a second. Just got to do the mustache here. So the red I do like two-tone. I use this first. It's cherry, and then I do crimson.
For
Um,
for what exactly?
for blood and gore,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, obviously, right.
yeah,
Nice.
I kind of use cherry as more like the meat, and then the crimson is like the blood. So
All right. You
wow,
gonna
that
start?
marker is dead.
When are you gonna start using Copics?
As soon as I can afford them, man. Really, I was talking to some people about that today,
Yeah.
and it's like, how am I gonna afford these things? I think I'm gonna have to do it, you know.
Yeah, but as you sell stuff, then you put that toward markers.
That's my plan. That's another reason I really want to open the store is because I don't,
Yeah.
I want to, I haven't opened it yet to the public, and one of the reasons I haven't opened it to the public is because I want to open a separate bank account that I can run specifically for that business. Because I've
Doesn't
tried separating my funds before for it, and it just never seems to work
doesn't
out.
doesn't it go to PayPal?
I'm sure it can. I don't know. I don't have a PayPal.
Mine's set up to go straight to PayPal.
Yeah. How does PayPal work? Does it pay you out? Uh, how's that go?
It
I've never
takes
had it. So.
it takes like 3.25%, I think, something like that. And then it sits in a PayPal account, which you can use at some places, but not all. And then you withdraw it and put it into whatever bank account you want. But they limit you to $500 a month that you can withdraw.
So basically, if you're making a bunch of money, you couldn't take it out fast enough to spend it.
If you're making that much, yeah.
That doesn't sound incredibly ideal.
No, it's not really. But I've been happy with it overall.
That could be good for me though. Yeah, because I don't really plan on spending too much of it. Money I make from that would just literally go right back into making more. So
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
that's what I've always done with comics, and I think that's why I never made any money off comics. It's like, oh, I have a couple issues of this. Oh, I already have another thing I have to print. So there goes all the money I've ever made from this other thing.
Yeah. I used the money I made from selling art to buy a printer and paper and markers and everything I need.
Did you get a nice printer?
Yeah, I'm really happy with it.
What kind did you end up getting?
It's an Epson. It was like 300 something dollars.
I got a. I don't remember what it's called. It's like right behind me. It's an Epson Workforce
Yeah.
7620.
Oh, okay. I got the 7520.
Okay, yeah, so not far off.
No, so you probably have the model up, but I use that to make prints, and I'm really happy with it.
So it does good with prints. I haven't tried
Yeah,
doing that yet.
they print it. I think the biggest is 13 by 19.
I haven't tested it out so far, and the only reason for that is because there's nowhere I could get printer cartridges for it out here.
I
So
buy mine online.
I bought one online and it never showed up, and I had to send like a customer complaint and all this other crap.
Sorry, man.
My printer showed up. That box was way bigger than I thought it was ever going to be.
Yeah. Hey, Iron Ghost, you're still there. Anything you want me to? Any requests at all?
Yeah. Nice.
What?
Oh, he typed in all caps on
No.
accident. He shouted at us.
I like this one. This looks cool.
So yeah, then once I'm done with filling in all the areas with the cherry marker, then I go in with like a deeper red.
Nice.
And it
Stuff
gives
for
it that two-tone feel.
Is that for shadow?
It's for shadow, but also like this appears more as like a true blood kind of color. So
Yeah.
I can do like fills of where I want splatter and stuff at, as opposed to just like kind of worn skin.
You ever try going over some parts with like a brown to show some coagulation?
I have not done that. I used to use a sepia color when I first started for like
Okay.
dirt and grime and stuff, but nothing like that.
I wonder if that might give a little more depth, but still, blend in with the red.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I have a reddish brown also.
Oh, hey. There you go.
It'd be better for that.
Look out.
A dark umber.
Ooh, a dark umber.
Yeah. I don't know how good
Favorite.
marker is. This marker's literally 9 years old. I think I've used it like 4
Holy
times.
shit. Iron Ghost wants to see his favorite Robin. He says you couldn't guess. I'm gonna guess it's the Carrie Kelly Robin from Dark Knight Returns.
That's not Robin. Well,
It
that's
is
like
Robin.
that's I don't know.
It is a Robin.
Well, I thought you were talking about Dark Knight Rises. That just occurred
No,
to me.
no. Dark Knight.
I was like, that's the one they just called Robin at the end of the movie. That's not Dick Grayson or anybody that's
Right.
ever been called Robin. It's not Robin. So
I got you. It wasn't. Yeah.
I was so mad about that.
What they call them Robin?
That they call him Robin instead of like Dick Grayson or anything that would be known as any of the Robins names ever throughout history.
Yeah.
They just said his name was Robin, and then it was like this shock factor moment where it was like, and I was like, so who is he? 'Cause
Was it? Is that
it doesn't mean anything to me.
Was Robin his middle name or something?
Robin was like his first name in the movie.
It was.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, his name was Robin in the movie. It was his first name.
But
And it was like this reveal point in the movie where
at the end,
it was like at the end, like, oh, that's Robin, but that's
so
not Robin.
What were they calling him throughout the movie?
They were just calling him by his last name or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Or not. They were calling him like, I don't remember what his position was in the police department, but like, you know, they just like say sergeant sometimes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how it was going.
Oh. Iron Ghost, I'm not a very good detective, dude. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Red Robin. That's my favorite Robin.
Did you see what he put?
Yeah.
I feel stupid now.
It's his YouTube profile pic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we wouldn't have guessed because are terrible.
It's just too obvious.
Unattentive human beings.
Yeah. I've drawn Red Robin once, which I thought was badass.
I don't know what Red Robin is. I don't know anything about DC.
Red Robin, I think, is Tim Drake. I think.
Shouldn't say nothing. I know very little.
Very little, yeah.
There's always more of a Vertigo fan on the DC side of things.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, I love Fables and Sandman and Swamp Thing. But as far as their core characters, I always just thought that they were way too overpowered. Always.
They are.
They weren't for me.
They definitely are.
And also, like, I don't know if you've experienced this. DC fans tend to be kind of douchier at comic book stores. I don't know if that's like a real thing or just my experience, but
I haven't noticed that.
like I've been at like comic book shops and be like, oh, you're not a DC fan, and been like a dick to me. But if I've ever seen someone, I've never seen someone say they're not a Marvel fan, but like someone been like, yeah, like DC more than Marvel. I've never seen a Marvel fan like attack someone.
No.
And try and like feel like they had to prove the point of why theirs was better. But I've seen DC fans do that a number of times. I'm like, really, guys? You only feel like you have to defend it because you get this shit all the time because no one likes you.
DC is still hanging in there somehow.
They're doing good somehow, yeah. I think it's Green Lantern.
It's all Batman.
Green Lantern and Batman. Yeah.
Superman's still kicking.
Yeah, but let's be honest. I mean, what could be going on?
I think they were getting pretty desperate with Superman.
And it was like a big deal because he died, and then he just kept dying and coming back to life. Now it's not a big deal anymore.
Has he died multiple times?
I think so. Didn't they just like keep bringing him back, or does he just die in different storylines, like different universes of the same universe?
I don't know.
But I think there's been like 4 different times Lex Luthor's killed him. Killed him with different types of kryptonite, of course.
I know they gave him a new costume recently. They gave him a new power. And the new have you seen the new costume at all?
I think I have. But was that the power he was talking about earlier, where I was like, that's just like a Dragon Ball Z power?
Yeah, that's
Because it is.
The new costume has fingerless gloves.
Like Gambit or what?
Yeah, but not as cool as Gambit's.
I don't get that.
What Superman with fingerless
Well,
gloves?
like, why change his costume? I mean,
To
he's
bring
Superman.
life into him. I think the character's pretty stale, man.
Well, the character's stale, but changing his outfit isn't going to change that. You know what I mean?
And I agree, but it's just a cosmetic thing.
Yeah, I guess. Like, fresh start, fresh look.
Maybe, yeah. Then they have John Romita Jr., who's an awesome artist. He's drawing Superman now, I think.
Well, that's good. At least they got him.
Hmm.
I like to. Wasn't he just working on Kick-Ass with Millar
He did that a
and
while back.
Superior
Those are
and all
amazing.
that? Those were the last things I knew he was working on. So I just sounded like a tool saying that. But yeah,
I read all the Kick-Ass. Those are amazing.
they're really great. So I'm done with this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what they kind of come on looking like as far as this goes. So
Yeah.
you're doing Red Robin?
Yeah. But if you're done, I think I'm gonna stop.
Oh yeah.
You
Okay.
ready? Is this a good time for you to stop?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna wind it
1:30.
down.
Holy shit. What the
Yeah.
fuck? What happened? I'll put that back and sleep. Close that out.
Yeah, I'm feeling like
Thanks
I'm
for
gonna wind it
inviting
down.
me.
Absolutely, man. It's fun. Thanks for chatting. I'll do this Red Robin Iron Ghosts probably some other time. This might be the last drawing in my book here. All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
And
of
thank
course.
you, everybody, for
Thank you.
watching. Out.